Alright.
Okay, we're live. You wanna post that? We're on standby. Yeah, we're live, but we're on standby. Just give it like 5 minutes of standby. Yeah, we're super late. We're like 20 minutes late. See, we set these deadlines and we end up missing them. We're like consistently late. The next one's gonna be 11 p.m. We're gonna be moving up to 11.
Why? Wow.
Why are you blushies?
Stop! Don't look at me.
Stop.
Okay. I'm gonna put this like right over here. I can see myself. Okay. What do you want me to post? Hold on.
No, I was just saying if you wanted to like post on social media or something.
Oh, now I can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. It just didn't pick up what you just said.
Hello?
Oh no.
The pregame show. We just fuck around for like the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Stranger communication. Stranger danger. Remember, kids.
Stranger.
Ask your parents before you go online.
Wow. I'm gonna turn the TV off because I can't fucking concentrate.
What do you mean?
Or wait, no, actually,
no.
Okay.
Turn off your world music. Turn off your world.
I know.
You fucking dummy.
Fucking cantaloupe.
As a reminder, this is a late night show. We are not really meant for kids. I would say, I want to say Peggy 16, but there are probably subjects that we're gonna hit that are like way more adult. So definitely 18. So if you're under 18, you're not here. We don't condone it. So get the hell out. This show is not for you. Yes, we might be furries and we're, in VR chat, but 13-year-olds are not welcome here. You can go find some other content on YouTube Kids. And you need to have a talk with your parents because you shouldn't be on the internet looking up adult furry chat talk shows at 10:30 at night. Frosty,
Okay.
where's your audio coming out of? Because I heard an echo of myself.
I don't know. I feel like just this thing's really sensitive. Hold on. What if I just switch it to my Oculus? I don't know if that's gonna
well,
be...
I have earbuds, so it's actually almost impossible for you to hear yourself because it's like going straight into my ears.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking you is where's your audio coming out of?
My headphones, which are on my head.
That doesn't make any sense. What?
I know, that's why I'm like, I feel like it's picking up your voice from the freaking basement. Because there's no way that this thing can hear. I have the volume turned down. Like, from the audio coming out of my headset.
I guess. I don't know.
You might have to start closing the door or something.
I guess.
But,
I guess. As long as I don't, like, scream. Because it's like when I'm, like, louder, I guess that you pick me up.
yeah, let me...
What's your microphone? What microphone are you using?
I'm using my Yeti.
Okay.
My Yeti. Let's see. Alright, so the Discord message went through.
The Discord message. We have like the Discord people. Is anybody in the chat? No.
Oh, I keep forgetting we don't.
In the chat.
We shouldn't be doing these like private Discord calls. We should do it from Woof Radio. Like.
Why? Hell no.
So that way people, well, no, like they wouldn't be able to talk, but like we could see like a chat or like something.
No, I mean I can see the chat.
Oh, that's right.
What?
I don't know.
Your
Okay,
idea
hold
falls
on.
flat. No thanks.
It does.
No
Let
thanks.
me.
No
Where's
thanks. No thanks. No. Oh. No.
user
No.
settings?
No. Oh. What time is it? What time have we got?
It's 10:26.
Awesome. I wish there was like a clock in front of me. We need to get like a clock. I need to like add a working clock model
Okay.
that I can spawn so I can like look at the clock.
Okay.
Like when I say that I'm going to take like 15 minutes for like a monologue so I can like look at the clock and see that it's been 15 minutes so I cut myself off. I feel like that would be an improvement so that I don't go over the time. Cuz like
Mm-hmm.
with this talk, this episode we're about to do, stranger communication, like I really only want to talk for like 15 minutes tops. Like I want this to be a short little episode because there's so many aspects to communication that I don't want to get into like a fucking 4-hour talk about communicating because you
Right.
you you really can sit here and do like a like a whole semester worth of communication. Like there is a course specifically for like different types of communication.
Public speaking. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. I'm good. So I figured out what the problem was. My fucking I don't know why, but my mic sensitivity on Discord was super low. So hopefully this is better and it won't activate. So like talk like you normally would. Like the volume of your voice, like how you normally talk. Yeah, so it's not activating, I think. So it should be good. It should hopefully be better. Okay.
I'm gonna press right trigger to use the Super Suck 9000.
The super sucky wuckies. Alright, let me pull up
Nitro's
this
Haunted
one.
Mansion coming to you in 5 years.
Nitro's poopy spoopy dungeon adventure.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
Episode 6.
We got 10:30 in like 1 minute, so
Okay.
almost. Did you put it on Twitter? Should I put it on Twitter? Nah.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll put it on Twitter and then you can retweet it.
Yeah. Should I
Hey
put it
guys,
on
it's
Blue Sky?
Frosty.
We're on Twitter and Blue Sky. Find us on YouTube and Twitch. Like and subscribe.
Like and sussy wussy.
Sussy wussy.
Oops.
Emergency meeting.
Today's topic.
Stranger communication. Wow.
Stranger. Yeah. And then let me share the link real quick. Guys, I'm doing this all through my nose hole.
My nose hole.
Be proud of me.
I am proud.
Okay. Post. All right. So tweet is out. And then.
Da 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 da.
I'm not
Pumpkin
gonna put it on Blue
spice
Sky.
swabsty.
Me.
Oh,
Hey
okay, we're
YouTube,
good.
it's Frosty. So I'm
Hey
gonna be completely
YouTube.
honest, I have nothing for this episode. I have absolutely unprepared.
Okay, so for you it's gonna be completely reactive. So it's not gonna be difficult. Like I'll say that it won't be difficult for you to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to what I have to say. Like I said,
Am I in a
I'm keeping it kind of simple because time constraint. Time constraint, and I wanna go play my video games. It's
yeah.
Friday night, guys.
Friday night.
I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing it for you. Oh, I need to put this for. I need to. How I need to find a way to make it to where the camera is completely unaffected by my grabbing.
Oh yeah. I haven't figured that out yet.
Is it anchor?
Okay.
Uh,
Boop.
hang on. Give me 1 more minute. 1 more minute, chat. I swear we're about to start.
1 more minute and counting.
Ooh. Lock. Is that it? Oh, perfect. I figured out how to lock it. This is perfect. Now it's locked. Now I can point at you. Now I can point directly at you, chat. That's you. That's right. I'm doing this. I am doing this for you
I
because
made this for you.
because you are worth it too.
Aw, how
Okay.
wholesome.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's get this started. Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Nitro and you're listening to Woof Radio. In second seat, you have Frosty, who is always here. Um,
Yeah, I try to be.
say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome to our collaborative effort talk show where we talk about stuff and it's mostly related to the furry community. So, per the usual format, I'm going to be doing like a 10 to 15-minute monologue, and then afterwards, Frosty's going to get her chance to give her input, her opinions, her replies, whatever she wants. If she doesn't have one, well, oh well. She has her own thoughts and ideas. She's her own person. So, there might be disagreements, there might be full agreements. So, this show is not a safe space. So, expect to get challenged, expect to disagree with me. I'm sorry if it hurts you. You can just block me and move on, or you can try to cancel me. Either way, you know, like I said, we love you. You're worth it too. We're here to develop ourselves and self help and kumbaya, but we're not going to pander to echo chambering. So we're try to look at things from a more neutral and objective way without falling to either side too much. You know, you just gotta pick and take, and we're in the middle. We're the mm, I was gonna say black sheep, but we're wolves, but we're not black wolves, so
Yeah, no, we're white wolves.
we're the outcasts right now. And you're welcome to join us and be outcast with us, at least for the duration of the episode. Like I said, if you have comments, concerns, you can leave them in the chat. We're not really looking to fight with you. And we'll reply. We'll reply as best we can. We'll be kind. We'll be polite. And that's the thing, communication. Woo! Woo! Um,
Ooh.
so let's get started. So the topic for today is stranger communication, And what I mean by that is our everyday interactions with actual strangers. In this case, I'm talking about the strangers that we meet in the furry community online. Yeah, I've had situations in real life where I meet strangers, and that itself is a different type of interaction, which I do want to talk about later in the monologue. But for right now, I'm going to focus on the online aspect of communication because the way I see it, it's not great. That things are not going well, and it seems like things are almost deteriorating, and there's a lot more division being caused by, and this is hard to word. It's almost like the law-abiding citizens, the people that follow the social contract. And we want to talk about the social contract. Oh, well, what is the social contract? Well, it's supposed to be common sense. That stuff that you get taught in like elementary school. Be good to each other. Don't say mean things to each other. If you have nothing good to say, don't say it. Uh, Treat others as you're treated. That whole golden rule thing. And it's supposed to build all these like common sense rule set where it's supposed to apply across the board. And I can't particularly speak to how the education system is, because I haven't been in the like education system when it comes to like kids since I was a kid. Like, yeah, I was in college and, community college and actual college, but that's not the same type of interactions where you were supposed to get your foundational, uh, I guess, social contract from when you were a kid. And a lot of it does come from when you're a kid. Is you punch another kid in the face, and you end up getting taken to the office, and you're supposed to learn that you're not supposed to punch other people in the face. Also, at the same time, if you call another kid a bunch of mean things and you make them cry, you're also going to be, set aside. There's going to be consequences. And that's what I'm trying to get at here is, as a kid, you're going to get consequences for these things, and you're supposed to learn. You're supposed to learn out of them. And to tie it into this whole online community thing is, we have this sense of anonymity that a lot of people have online, because they're just a name that they made up and a bunch of letters and numbers. So and just some avatar. In the case of the furry community, it's a furry representation of that person. But more often than not, it's not like a permanent representation. Like, a lot of these people don't see that as being anything serious. They don't see it as anything deep. They don't have any like actual connection to it, in the sense that they're gonna get consequences. And even when they do get consequences, like, they kind of just like shove it off. Like, it's like, oh, it's whatever. Like, it's the internet. Who cares? And I've seen it multiple times where people will excuse their bad behavior when communicating with others online with literally, oh, it's just the internet. Like, nobody's actually being hurt. But the truth is that, yeah, there are a lot of people being hurt, because psychological damage is, a real thing. And if you internalize all these negativity coming from all these strangers, it will have a physiological impact on you. Like, if you constantly have, this barrage of like negative comments, getting all this like destructive criticism at you all the time, it's gonna affect your life. It's gonna make you depressed. It's gonna push you to the edge, because for a lot of people, it does become like, this echo chamber of negativity, and that's all they see and that's all they know, because they don't have any external interactions. The online interaction is all they're getting, and it's all bad. So, they think their life is, the worst it could be. And a lot of people have that philosophy, oh, whatever, like, who cares? Like, you're fucking stupid because you can just push the power button. And it's like, no, it's not that easy, because there's the other side of people who are online and have identity permanence, like myself. I have identity permanence. I have been Nitro Wolf, for the past 20 years. Nitro Wolf has existed for the past 20 years. So this is permanent. Like whatever consequences I get as Nitro Wolf are there permanently. I'm not going to just shove it away. I'm not going to, go wild and have no fucking moral compass and just shit on people on the internet all the time because, I'm going to have to deal with it. I can't just power off my computer. I can't just delete my character. I can't delete my accounts just randomly because this is who I am. This is a part of me. So there are a lot of people like me who, this is our identity. So we kind of cannot afford, or rather would not want to smear our reputations and just be a straight out asshole. And trust me, there's been plenty of times, plenty of times where I've just straight up wanted to be an asshole at somebody. And I've had to hold myself back because I'm like, this is gonna follow me. It's gonna be publicly available and everybody's gonna know about this. So more often than not, it's better to like hold off and try to cool off, or like really consider whether what you're fighting over, especially on the internet, is worth the fight. Is it like worth the fight and the energy? Like you really, really should not be wasting hours in YouTube comments, on Twitter, like going back and forth with the same person in an endless vicious cycle of, echo chambering. Like if someone has their mind made up, they're not going to change their mind. Especially if they're, just a bunch of letters and numbers. They for sure, they're not fucking there to change their mind. So like don't waste your time. Like just go in there, do a quick assessment, click on their profile, and if they have like I'm generalizing here. I'm generalizing. I could be wrong, but more often than not, I'm right about this. But if this person only has like 30 followers and follows like 200 people and has like a blank PFP and a bunch of letters and numbers, just go ahead. Don't even respond. Don't even respond. Just block them. That's not worth your time. Clearly, that's like a throwaway account for them. So that's what I'm trying to get at here. These communications, it's important to filter out who you're communicating with because not only does it consume your time, it also consumes your sanity. Like you don't want to be responding to these like throwaway accounts. You don't want to be responding to these throwaway people. Like if they're shallow and they're just here for like just to fuck around and have a short time, like just don't give them the time of day. Just don't. Like it'll be better for you. And ultimately they're still gonna do it, of course. Like that's the thing, of course. And that's another thing that I want to get at is in the community, there's so many posts. I see so many posts every single day where this person will make like a call out post to nobody. It'll be like, for example, like, oh, I'm so fucking sick and tired of you guys sending me dick pics. Like, fuck you guys, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, who are you talking to? Like, they're like clearly saying it's like, oh, we need to do better as a community. Like, don't fucking send me dick pics, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what does that accomplish? Like, what does that accomplish? Because the people who are going to send you dick pics or send you, derogatory stuff in your DMs, they're not going to listen to that. They don't care. They like the social construct does not apply to them when it comes to the internet because it's just that mindset. There's this mindset that it's just the internet, bruh. So it just like morality goes out the fucking door for them. And yeah, I understand that there are people out there that just don't understand the way that normal interactions should go. And I'm not entirely sure what to say about those people. Like, yeah, they need help. Not every one of those person are, malicious. Like, this person may be showing you their dick, but they may not fully understand that that's not allowable. Like, that does happen. It is a thing. Uh, but it's not your place. Like, here's the thing. It's not your place to help them. Like, yeah, you can call them out, you can make your little post, but it's not helping anybody. Like, it really isn't, because I don't see anything changing. It's just a constant cycle. It just keeps happening and it keeps happening, and I don't see the point, because it's like, oh, we're gonna expose Foxtrot 9327 today for showing me his dick after saying hello, uwu, do you RP? It's like, what? Like, who is this person? Like, who the fuck is that? Like, nobody. Like, they have, 30 followers and they fucking live in Montana somewhere. I'm sorry if you're from Montana. I'm sure you don't show people your dick, but um it's just not, it's not productive. Like, just the best you can do is just block them and move on. And I'm trying to get better at that too. I'm trying to get better at, blocking and move on, because that's really all you can really do. Like, I've been blocked by so many people I've never even met, and I don't even know why. Like, maybe I interacted with somebody they disagree with, maybe I like the wrong thing, maybe I don't know. But, the block button is there for you to use, and, if it helps your sanity, if it helps you filter out who you want to be with, like, that's fine. Definitely don't go on a blocking spree, or you're gonna end up boxing yourself into a very specific type of person. And I don't know, and it really varies per personality, because that to me is boxing yourself off to very specific types of people is unhealthy, the way I see it. But then again, there's some people who are comfortable with that kind of lifestyle, where they just want to do their routine, and it's like, that's a valid choice. You can choose to be an NPC. Like, if that's what makes you happy, like, you can be an NPC. You can, you know, put a wall up and just stay with your with the people who have the exact same ideologies, and just stay stuck and never actually learn anything. But that said, it's like, on the flip side, it's the stranger communication, the way that these randoms with no moral compass act online really hurt the people who are genuine. Like, my experience with strangers is that they always think I'm like the devil looking to make a contract. They always question who I am. They always question why I'm being friendly. They always question gifts. They always question this and that, you know, and I don't know. I really don't know what to do about it other than be very clear. And, I'm usually like, hey, I think you're cool. We have this and this in common. Would you like to get to know each other better? Like, hint, hint, asterisk, I'm not interested romantically, because now I have to say that. And then extra asterisk, I don't want any free gifts from you. Like, I don't want any financial exchange from you. Like, that's not what I'm looking for here. Because that's another thing that, commonly happens from these stranger communications, and like making friends, is there are a lot of people out there that do want an exchange of goods. They do want favors, they do want popularity, they want free art, they want preference, they want, spotlight, exposure. And yeah, that is wrong. It's not okay to do that. But a lot of people just constantly try to dig for that, and it hurts everybody. It hurts the entire community, because it puts everybody in a super defensive position. and it makes it like really hard for someone like me to make friends. And you know, yeah, I understand. It's like, oh, why do you even want to make friends? Blah 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 blah. It's like I don't know. It's just like a basic function, I guess, that I need to socialize. It's just something that happened. And I understand that, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are like, "Oh, I don't need anybody. I like drawing all day and talking to my cat." And that's like everything to me. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. Cool story. Like just tell me that. Like if I ask you like, "Hey, want to be friends?" I'm like, "No, I have a cat." I'll be like, "Okay, cool, dude. Have a good one. Bye-bye." You know, just there's a lot of mixed signals. Like I said, with all this defensiveness and all these randoms with no moral compass, come a lot of mixed signals. Like I had a friend that posted something that was like, "Oh, just because you commission me doesn't mean that I'm gonna be your friend." And it's like, I mean, yeah, I get that. That's fine, but you know, also at the same time, literally the next tweet right next to that was like, "Oh, also by the way, that doesn't mean that I don't want you to try. Like I do want to make friends." It's like that's super mixed signals. Like what are you trying to say? Like do you want to you want to just I guess you could be more clear with that and say, "Hey, my financial exchanges do not mean that I will allow you into my personal life." Which I guess that would be more clear than saying if you commission me. What what it's whatever. Just it's complicated. It's fucking complicated out there. And
Mhm.
there is a can of worms, and I'll say it now. There is a can of worms, and I kind of wanted to have a synonym included for this one, but she's not available, so we might do it like next week. But the can of worms is whew. Oh, this is we're gonna get canceled just for previewing. Is the genders, stranger communications when it comes to perception of gender. You know, and I'll keep it simple because I don't want to spend like a long time on this, so I'm just gonna keep it to like man and woman. And yet, yes, I do understand that that divides into plenty more genders, but for the sake of the talk, um, most interactions from people are within that boundary. That I guess I could say like the initial branch. The initial branch is man and woman, and then from there you get all your other different branches. If that's how I want to consider it. Some people are like, oh, well, no, gender is a spectrum. It's like from left to right. But yeah, it's complicated stuff. But anyways, the perception of gender and how people interact, what their intentions are when it comes specifically to that. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that right now because that's a whole different talk. I want to have a synonym put in her, as we said, like a she said 10 cents and then I said $1 and she's like, actually, I probably have like $5. And I'm like, yeah, sure you do. And I'm sure Frosty will also have her experience when it comes to perception of gender and stranger interactions.
Mhm.
And I myself have my own perception of things. Believe it or not. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Crazy.
Um, but yeah, I think it's hard. It's hard to have a solution for this kind of situation. It's like I said, most of these problems come from anonymity. Yes, I know that there are, a handful of permanent furries who do have a permanent identity and they're complete fucking assholes. I understand that. But most of this negativity and weirdness and like sexual harassment is coming from the people who think they have anonymity because they don't have consequences. So I do want to say like that the fix for that would be to make permanent ID and consequences like in real life. And there's been plenty of countries that have done it, but I will, preface, we are in the United States, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it makes it really complicated to give people permanent online identities that hold consequences, because we don't want to go all the way as far as China, where they have a online social credit score, where if you fuck up online, it fucks you up in real life. Like their shit gets crazy. Like it's so far that they will even like cancel your transactions if you try to get something out of the vending machine and you don't have the right social credit score.
Oh my god,
Like
that's actually. You mean to tell me
it
that's not a Black Mirror episode?
no, it is not. It actually is that crazy over in China.
Wow.
So we don't want it to get that crazy. Like we don't want, to become walking advertisements for the government or like a corporation. Definitely not. So it makes it really tricky to solve this problem where we can still retain our freedom. So so for now, really the only solution is block them and move on. But obviously, they create new accounts, and that's really the problem. Is they're constantly propagating. These people are constantly dumping their accounts and making a new one, and they come back and they come back and they come back, and it's a stalker issue. But even then, it's like really hard. It's hard to go after these people because a lot of police departments, the FBI, like it needs to really, really be substantial for them to even really do anything about it. So, you know, these people get away with it like almost every time. And yeah, it's emotional abuse, it's sexual harassment, like all this stuff that happens. And it is hurting people. It really is hurting people. And that's what everybody needs to come to agreement. Like that's the thing we need to agree on, is that behind every screen, mostly, except for the bots, like obviously the bots don't care. You can like abuse the bots all day. And when the AI singularity comes around, the it's going to be used as evidence to kill us all. But the people that are actually there controlling their social media accounts, like that's actually hurting people. That's like real people getting hurt. And we all need to accept that. We need to stop thinking, oh, it's just the internet. Oh, they can just fucking hit the power button. Oh, they gotta stop being so fucking emotional, blah blah blah. It's like being emotional is not a bad thing. If you're really like out there emotionally abusing somebody, like of course they're gonna break down, of course they're gonna lash out, because they're people, they're humans. And for the longest time, and that is something that now I really really don't agree with ever being taught, is the whole you know sticks and stones may break my bones, and words, what? What is it? Do you know what it is? Frosty?
Um,
What's the
I know
saying?
what
It's
you're.
like sticks and stones
Oh,
break my
sticks and
bones.
stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me.
There you go. That's the saying. See, I hate it. I hate it so much. Uh-oh. I'm moving the camera around. Calm down. Guys,
Real
um
quick, we have a comment from a viewer. Oh, were you gonna say something
we're
else?
we're not open to comments right now.
Oh,
Oh. Oh,
I
asterisk.
see you
I'm
though.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect you. Not disrespecting you, but we're not open to comments yet. But we will be. We will be open to comments after Frosty gives her bit. But yeah, what I was saying with the whole saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. It's like that's not true. That's not true at all. Like words are extremely impactful, and they do push people to the edge. And we need to understand that when we harass somebody or we emotionally abuse somebody we don't even know, like that is a person and that is actually painful to them. And there's plenty of places where it is a crime, like where it is a victim, that's a victim, so it's a crime. um I think that's where I want to end it for my monologue about this stranger communication, because like I said, it's difficult to find a solution other than block them. Like that's the immediate solution until legislation that actually works and doesn't push us towards the loss of extreme freedom. Okay, Frosty, what do you have?
Okay, so I've been kind of just thinking as you were talking, but essentially, like, talking to strangers can be very nerve-wracking, and but it can also be a cool experience. But for me at least, like the chances of it being a good experience are very low, only because like as humans, and like yeah, I get it, we're not dogs, but like as humans, like there's so many different types of people and types of personalities that it's okay if you don't hit it off with somebody right away. Like it's okay if you get bad vibes from somebody, going back to the whole like block and move on thing, like you don't have to harass people, you don't have to like just be like outright mean for no reason. Like, it's just, like it's a trial and error thing. You can't expect every interaction to go swimmingly, and yeah, so just be like open minded about how the other person's feeling. Like I try to like when I'm talking to people, like I'll pretty much just be like, "Oh, like let me be as not neutral, but like as not shocking as possible. Like I'm being my genuine self and I'm, like conversing with this person." And this happens like in real life too. Like, I'm not going to like spill out my precious life details to anybody and everybody. Like no, like you kind of have to warm up to it and like, you know, not scare the person off with your weirdness. But like yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you should be trying to learn. You should be trying to learn from your interactions, like trying to reflect on what you did right, what you did wrong. And if you have an interaction where you just, like Frosty said, if it doesn't work out, it's okay. Just move on. Like don't go back, like especially if it was like a bad interaction, like don't go back and keep forcing it, because more often than not people would rather move on and forget about it than keep trying to fix it when it was broken from the very beginning. Like, and I have these, moments where, like, even amongst my friends, I'll have these bad interactions where, like, I feel like maybe I offended somebody because I made a bad joke, or like I'm feeling like they're having a bad time and they're kind of like not telling me directly. They're almost kind of like offloading it on me. So, you know, in those kind of situations, you have to be careful, because if you care about that interaction, and if you want to continue interacting, you need to measure if it's going to be worth trying to ask this person, like, "Hey, I noticed you're being pretty short, and I noticed you feel you're down or something." And then, that person might be like, You know what? You're being too much right now and you're making me uncomfortable. And I need you to get away from me because we don't know you that well. That, that could happen. And you kind of be like, okay, I'm sorry. Have a good life. See you later. Maybe. Goodbye. And
Yeah.
in the inverse, they could like maybe come back and be like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, yeah, I was being short because I was having a bad day at work, it's not really about you, like, I'm sorry I kind of took it out on you. And that's how you really get to know who's going to be a better friend to you and who's just being nice to you, really, because a lot of people, when it comes to stranger communication, they're just being nice. Like they don't actually want anything from you. They just don't know how to say no. So in that situation, you kind of need to make the investigation yourself as if to whether they're being nice to you or not. Like I had this issue with Frosty where, I wasn't 100% sure if she was just being nice to me or if she was trying to hit on me. So, I was very clear and direct about it. I'm like, hey, like, this is what I'm getting from you. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, what are you trying to tell me here? Because, when it comes to stranger communication, unfortunately, you're going to get people that are going to miscommunicate with you and then just say that it was for fun. Like, I did have a situation in the past before I met Frosty. Let's clarify that. Where this guy was flirting with me, and I started flirting back, and eventually I was like, "So, what's going on here? Like, are we actually interested in each other?" And he was like, "No, I'm just practicing on you. This is fun." And I was like, "You're fucking kidding? Like this whole time you just been wasting my time? Like you're just doing this for fun?"
Wow, that's
And
actually terrible.
and it's like, okay, like we could have established that from the very beginning. Like I would have maybe played along. I'd be like, sure, let's fucking flirt all fucking day. That's fine. Like if you want to practice on somebody, sure. But don't fucking tell me like a month later, because that itself is super confusing and like crazy levels of mixed signals. Like you don't want to do that. Like don't do that. Like do not set yourself up to these situations where it's all mixed signals, especially with
Yeah.
strangers. Like just try to be as clear, as direct as possible and let your intentions be known. Like and when you get rejected, you just gotta let it go. And that's the thing. It's like that type of person isn't going to be on the show. They're not going to be watching the show or listening to it. But it's like there's these people where they'll get rejected either in like a friendship way or like a relationship way, and they won't let it go. Like they'll keep trying over like a year even. Like they'll think, oh, they're gonna eventually crack. Like I'm gonna break the ice. I'm gonna break the ice, and it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like it's probably not worth it. Like you're just going to make things so much worse. It would have been better for you to just let it go and tried with someone else. Like just I'm sorry, but sometimes you just have to trial and error because at some point it goes from you thinking you can make friends with this person to harassment. Like this person doesn't want you around. They don't think you're cool, and it just you got to be careful with that because you just don't want to be out there harassing people.
Yeah. And it's like, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, like just be genuine, but don't give out like too many like details about yourself right away. Like you need to keep a lot of stuff closed off to just strangers in
Yeah,
general because
definitely.
yeah,
Like
you don't know
that's
like
something I want to
who.
say. Like I consistently bring up the circles of friendships. It's like the hierarchy of friendships. Like when you're having these stranger communications, like these people are the furthest away from you as possible. And if they are a healthy person, they're gonna see you as a threat. Like they're gonna see you as far as possible. Yes, they're gonna make their assessment to see if they're gonna let you in closer, but you yourself should see them as far as possible from your center. Like I have seen posts where you have people go from 0 to 100 miles per hour literally in one post. Like I think yesterday I saw one where it's like this guy was like confessing his love for this other person and they've never even met. They've never even direct messaged. Like it's like completely a like a pseudo relationship. It's like one-sided, requited. Uh what do people usually call the the relationships people make up with like celebrities? Do you know,
Oh,
Frosty?
oh my God.
I've heard it like a million times and it's not hitting me right now.
No, it's not a ship. Oh
Uh-uh.
my God. I know what you're talking
Um,
about.
but they don't know what I'm talking about.
Ugh,
The
dang it.
point is there's a term out there for
Like crushing
people.
on. Crush?
No,
Like celebrity crush?
no, no,
No?
no, no. It's way crazier than that. There's a term where people will create these in-depth relationships with like celebrities, and they'll have it in their head that if they could just get them to notice them, they would instantly fall in love with them.
Oh. I didn't know there was like a word for that
Yeah,
actually.
there,
That's
there
pretty.
there's a word, and
Huh.
it happens. It happens a lot in the furry community, and that's a whole different episode, guys. It's that episode I have titled as Big Furry Catfish, because like I said, this stuff happens where people fall in love with characters. They fall in love with like personalities, like celebrity type personalities, like social media sort of like appearance. And yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad in the furry community because a lot of people have this idea that you shouldn't break the magic. And unfortunately, you have to break the magic at some point because you know, I like for me, for example, I can't be in VR chat all the time. Like if you see me at a FurCon, you're gonna see me as a person, unfortunately. But we do have plans. We do have plans to get our fursuits going eventually. So there are plans. So, but even when we have fursuits, like we're still people, unfortunately. So when it comes to the furry community, a lot of people, a lot of immature and maybe people with problems fall in love with these personas, with these shells per se, like character shells, and it creates a lot of issues with stranger communication because people get all crazy. It really is
Yeah.
craziness.
And I've definitely had interactions where they flat out are upfront and they're like, I really enjoy your persona. I enjoy Frosty. I like looking at her art. I like, you know, the vibe that you give her, she's so cool. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but what about me? Like, there's somebody controlling Frosty. Like,
No, no,
it's
no, 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 no.
it's the person.
Frosty belongs to me. So if you're
But
that
yeah,
person,
like
you're that person. I'm coming after you. I'm gonna get you.
this was before we met, but like yeah, I've had definitely people in my DMs be like, "Oh my god, Frosty's so pretty. Oh my god." And I'm like, "Thanks." Like, but do you want to like, like be friends? And they're like, but like I want to see like more art of her." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like so you're in love with the character, not so much me. Got it. Bye." um,
Yeah.
but yeah. Um, yeah. I hold on. I kind of just had a brain fart. But yeah, stranger communication. Um don't like I said, don't outstretch yourself. Don't like only reach out to people if it's something you genuinely want to do. Like don't and again to bounce off Nitro, like don't be afraid of rejection, because you'll definitely reach out to some people and they will just flat out ignore you, or they'll just flat out be like, hey, like, I think you're weird, don't message me ever again. And it's like, whoa, okay, like, I guess. But,
Yeah,
you just give yourself time, and you'll find people that you naturally click with. And it's like, it's okay to not be friends with everybody, because I mentioned this in a couple episodes back. Like, when I was younger, I wanted to be friends with literally everybody. Everybody that I meet, even if they were a shitty person, I was like, I want to get to know you and be friends. And it's like, no, 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 don't do
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
So, like,
There are so many people out there that actually do want to hurt you or just use you. So,
yeah.
like I said, it's okay to be defensive. Like, definitely, I'm not saying let your guard down. Definitely not. Like, I have scared a lot of people, and you can ask my friends. Like, Synonym is a good example. Like, I guess she says that she had me on trial for like a few months, and that's typically my experience. Is people will put me on trial for like a few months before they realize that I really am this. Like, I really am who I say I am, and I'm not just like pretending or trying to like have some sinister motives, and I'm just like love bombing them, because that does happen sometimes. Is I will be feeling like super generous, and I'll like give people gifts or like treat them well, and then I've gotten feedback before, like negative feedback from like some people that unfortunately turned into my enemies, but they're like, "Oh yeah, he's love bombing because that's a manipulation tactic." And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. Like, so like I said, people miscommunicate all the time. So I've definitely experienced uh being put on trial, people's defenses against me. And that's okay. That's a good thing. Like, it's okay to have a good healthy amount of defense against these stranger dangers. Like, you don't want to set yourself up for, you know, being caught alone at a con with this person you've never met that messaged you on Twitter. Like, definitely, you can't, don't lose your mind, because I've seen those situations where that does happen. And you end up with like sexual assault, theft, all these crimes that come from just the situation was engaged properly, and this person got through, and it turns out that they were a horrible person, and they got away with it. And you end up seeing these Google Docs with like 10, 15 victims, and it's like, yeah, they're a horrible person, but also at the same time we need to you know be defensive. Like, don't let these people through. And like, I understand that there are some really bad people who are really good at manipulating and come off as that good guy, and they get through, and they play the long game, and they wait 6, 8 months, maybe a year, and then boom, they strike. Like, yeah, but that's not super common. And it's definitely not me. Like, definitely not me. So a lot of the time I have to be out there trying to convince people, like, as naturally as possible. You have to be natural about it, because if you consistently tell people, I swear guys, I'm like a really good guy, like, oh really? That's something a fucking bad person would say, you
Yeah.
know? Okay. So, you feel good about that? You good to close the response
I
section,
mean, I
or little response,
guess.
like
No,
your
I'm just
your
kidding.
response? Like, what else do you have
Yeah.
to say? I'm here to listen.
Are you? Because it's been like all you talking. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. But yeah, like, I did have something else, but like I said, I brain farted and I kind of forgot. Um, let me just not think about it. It'll probably come back to me. But, um,
Uh
yeah, real quick. No, I just wanted to say, ITGM. I've been seeing you. Don't worry. Hey man, I'm new here. I know this is off topic, but I'm feeling very down and feel like nobody cares about me. Could you help me out? I feel so alone. I'm sorry for burdening you with my problem.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was saying. Or if we're ready to close the reply, so okay, we're gonna go into questions from chat, like opinions, open replies. Um, my suggestion would be to watch the episode where we talked about self worth, which I think was episode 3. Is that right? I
I think that was episode 3.
But yeah, we covered self worth as best we could. Another tactic that you can use is gratitude. You can be grateful for the things that you do have. Like, I don't know your situation, but usually what people are grateful for is that, very, very, it can be very simple things like, oh, I had a good meal today. I had a toffee nut latte and I'm very grateful for that. Or I have a roof over my head and I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head and I'm not on the street. I'm grateful for my group of friends. I have a good bunch of friends. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to live in 2023 where I can, you know, be an online wolf boy on VR chat. There's a few things that you can be grateful for, and a lot of people kind of call it finding the silver lining. So that's a tool you can use, is just being grateful and try to lift yourself up. So being grateful and lifting yourself up comes from positive self-talk, which is another tool you can use. It's important to, try to pick yourself up and, tell yourself that you are worth, you know, that you're worth enough, that you do what you do and that's good enough. Um and you might not be there. It's like what I said in that long self-worth episode is it's a long lifelong process to figure out the roller coaster of being worth it, because some
Mm-hmm.
days you're just not going to feel like you're worth it at all, and then other days you're going to be completely satisfied. And that's what life is about, is just up and down and up and down and up and down. And typically stability is good, but stability typically lends to a different kind of depression. Like it's not good to be stale. So
Yeah.
that's another tool you can use, is distraction. You can try a new hobby, you can try watching a movie, you can try playing a video game that you've never tried. Try a different genre of video game, because uh when a lot of people say, "Oh, go play video games to distract yourself," it's like, you can't just go and play a video game that stresses you out. Like back when I was playing Apex full time, and that was basically my job. Like, if somebody fucking said, "Go play Apex, go play video games," I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Is you asking me to go back to work?" Like, uh, try something different. Like, don't play a multiplayer game that stresses you out. Like, for me, at one point when I was playing, like, even further back, I was playing Battlefield 3 nonstop, like every day, and my break from that is, believe it or not, Frosty, believe it, my break game was Minecraft. So we we
Incredible.
we we would we would all stop playing Battlefield, and we would all go on the Woofer server on Minecraft and just build shit. Like, I was building castles and stuff, and like railroad systems. But that was my break game, and if you do play video games, you need to find a game that you consider a break. And I've had a few break games, like right now, currently, the my break game break break game is Armored Core 6. Like, yeah, it can be super stressful, but I love it. Like, it's mostly relaxing up until I keep getting smashed over and over and over. And that too, you need to recognize that it's burning you out. So you need to recognize what you're getting burned out on and try to step away from it. Like that's part of what doesn't help depression is not being able to identify what's burning you out.
Real quick, they continue. I don't feel worthy though. People bully me every day and say I should kill myself. People say I'm a retard. I know you can't solve my problems, and I'm sorry for that. I just needed someone to talk to.
Well, yeah, like
Specifically on the, can I say something real
yeah,
quick?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Specifically on the topic of feeling alone, something that helps me, and I don't know if you're interested in it, but um I honestly don't have many friends. Like Nitro, you have like X many friends, but I can count the number of friends that I have on one hand. And they're not around all day every day. And it's like I find myself actually really alone probably 80% of the days, or 80% of the time of the day. And like I happen to work at an airport, and it's like it's super social, and like I usually get all of my social battery out during the workday, so by the time I get home I'm okay with not talking to anybody besides Nitro. But
And
there are days like,
I talk for hours.
yeah.
Like I'm honestly surprised she hasn't told me to shut the fuck up.
No, it's because, like I said, I'm more of a listener than like a talker. But on the days where I am alone, like let's say Nitro's at work and he's busy and not answering texts, and then like I'm by myself. Something I like to do is to go on either Twitch or YouTube, and I'll just watch random people's streams. That's actually how I find a lot of my favorite streamers, is just completely by accident. And I'll like go onto their streams and just to like kind of get an idea of how I should be streaming too, which helps too. But just to engage with their community, because I'll usually see like their more frequent chatters, and I'll be like, oh, they seem fun. Like, let me like say hi real quick. And like that alone can be like super daunting for you if you're like not like, into that. But um it does help when I'm like sitting there watching somebody play something and their community is really active. I feel like comfortable in participating and not really feeling so alone. And there's actually some streamers, if you go on just chatting sometimes, there's actually streamers that do little therapy sessions. And like I actually ended up finding one streamer. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. He makes little cartoon characters, and he was having, literally, it was just titled like come hang out, mini therapy session time. And I was like, this sounds interesting. So like people
Wow.
were like dumping their problems into his chat, and he was going through and like giving his 2 cents, and I was like, wow, this is actually like really wholesome. And like, I kind of like brought up some of my issues too, and he like responded to me directly, and I was like, wow. Like probably if he
Wow, I
had
feel
like,
so seen.
well, like, yeah, like it just helps to like, like I said, like when you're lonely, just to hear somebody else be like, hey, like, this is a place for you if you're not feeling okay, like, just talk. Like that's really wholesome. And I feel like some people do that a lot on Twitch. So I don't
And
know,
that
like I said.
that's the thing. It's like I did consider it at one point, like going like the whole therapy dog like route, but it's like it's difficult for me because there's times where I just don't have the patience for it. Like it definitely is a personality, and like for me, I'm almost too aggressive sometimes. So I like being direct, and it comes off as like aggressive sometimes. So yeah, feelings end up getting hurt, and I'm not the best at being a therapy dog because I'm a wolf.
I can definitely be a therapy dog though, because my personality type is a mentor, and supposedly I'm really good with helping people, but I can barely help myself. But yeah. I often have dreams of suicide. So that's not really good. Like we don't want you to be thinking like that. And I, like I said, Nitro's been there, I've been there. Like we have been.
I have definitely been there. I will say that for me, a lot recently, what kept stopping me was stupid little thoughts. Honestly, it was like, oh, I'm never gonna, be able to do this. I'm never gonna be able to do that. And sometimes you just, I guess, you have to remind yourself like what you do in life. And I've seen the same coming from other people, like Reddit posts and stuff, where they're like, oh, this specific game saved my life. Like, this game released just at the exact moment that I was, like, thinking about committing suicide, and the game distracted me enough that it became, like, a bonding moment for, like, me and my sister, and it made me forget about suicide. So, also, in a way, you need to remind yourself, like, what you think is worth living for. And like I said, it can be something small, it can be stupid, like, well, I guess stupid isn't the right word. It's more like you might think it's stupid, but it's enough to pull you a little bit back from the edge. And like I said, for me, it was like, oh, I'm never going to be able to go back to the Grand Canyon. I'm never going to be able to take another picture. I'm never going to be able to, like, you know, play this game. Like, whatever game was coming out in the future that I was really looking forward to. I'm never going to be able to get to see what happens, in 2050, if the singularity ever comes around. Like, I'll never know. So,
Yeah.
sometimes that's enough to pull you back from the edge.
And in terms of like taking what other people are saying to heart, I would say don't. Unless these people actually like mean something to you. Like if these are your friends telling you to go kill yourself, they're not your friends. Like I'll tell you that right now. Friends do not say that to other
Well, no, no,
friends.
well, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? It's like, and that's a different part of the communication episodes is that a lot of people miscommunicate when it comes to that stuff now. And it comes and it stems from the whole Xbox Live chat thing. Where it was like, "Oh, I fucked your mom, bruh. Like, go kill yourself, you stupid fuck." Like, ha ha ha. That's hilarious. Like, it's like, not everybody is on board with that. Not everybody's on that same wavelength. So they end up hurting people when they think they're making friends. So you kind of need to identify if these people, like, if they say they're your friends, like, you may need to, like, have a talk with them and tell them, like, hey, I really don't appreciate you, you know putting me down all the fucking time. Like, I'm a person and we're supposed to be friends. Like, I don't agree to this anymore. Like, you need to fucking keep those comments to yourself if we want to keep being friends. And if they're strangers, you just need to be better at filtering them out. You need to be better at pushing them away. Like, you can't keep them around because they're gonna keep dragging you down. Like, there are people out there, like I said, that do want to make you harm, and they do take pleasure in seeing you get hurt.
Yeah, but just try your best not to, let that affect you. I'm sorry for concerning you and burdening you guys with my problems. I know you guys probably don't care just like everyone else, but that's okay. It's not like anyone ever cared about me anyway.
Well,
No,
that's the thing.
you
It's like, remember earlier in this episode itself, it's like words hurt people, and typically there's always a person on the other side of that screen. And if you are going out of your way to hurt somebody, that's technically a crime because it's real damage. It's real emotional damage that leads into physiological damage, which is actual physical, tangible damage. So I do care. Like, I do care about the living person. Like, at the end of the day, like, I recognize that there's living people out there. Like, I'm not just talking to a bunch of, digital constructs. These people are living, breathing, emotional beings, and they need their self-worth and they need their love in whatever way they can find it, because we all have these needs. So, uh, like I said, positive self talk, like, somebody cares about you. And we care about you here in more of like a platonic way, more of like a respect from one life to another life. Like, we care about you. Like, we don't want you to end your life, um no matter what the situation is, basically.
Right. And it's like, don't forget, like, and I don't know, like, I'm assuming here, but you know, your parents, I mean, your parents love you. You have a mom and a dad because we all came from somewhere, but your family cares, and even though that might be hard, sometimes not everybody has a good family situation, but if you
Yeah.
do have parents, like, and you have a good relationship with them, try to keep them in mind at the very end of the day. Something too, if you have a pet, that's what got me out of a really. I almost died, basically, and what kept me going was my dog. Like, I get that. I was young at the time. I was like 16 when I tried to like take my life, but um, and she was like, our family dog. So like, yeah, mom and dad were there, and they were gonna take care of her, whatever happened to me. But it's the idea that she was technically my dog. Like, I grew up with her. Like, and I kept telling myself, like, in the darkest moments, I was like, who's going to be there to take care of my dog? Like,
Yeah, like I said,
it's me. Like, she needs me. Like, so kind of, like I said, just try to, like, that put that like need onto somebody. Like, they need me. Like, my mom needs me. My dog needs me. Like, there are people out there who care about you. Thank you guys for caring and being so supportive. I'm sorry for concerning you guys. I really am. You guys are so nice and loving. Aw, we appreciate it. But like I said, we're that's what this show is about. Like, we try to give our 2 cents and like try to help you as best as possible. So, you got this. Like, we believe in you. And like I
and
said,
then
we've
and
been
then
there, done that with the darkness. So yeah.
I always want to put the little asterisk. We are not medical professionals. We're not legal professionals. So everything we say is covered under opinion and comedy. Even though
Yeah.
we do get very serious at times, but just for legal reasons, our show is opinion and comedy.
I feel like we should put
Well,
that in the description somewhere. I
yeah,
love your
I
fursuits, by the way. Thank you.
thank you. A little
Nitro's is
little
cooler because he has flames.
yeah. Look at that. Ooh. Um, quick lore bit. Nitro Wolf has actually been around for 23 years, and he's been my main persona, and he's gone through four versions, and I'm planning on releasing a fifth one this year. So that's exciting. We're exciting.
Wow. Frosty's only ever had one revision. Well, maybe two. No, one. Literally just one.
Well, no, that's the thing. These aren't revisions; they're actually versions. Like, there's different versions
Oh, I don't know why my brain thought you
because
said revisions because I was like, wait, what?
yeah, yeah, because V1 version 1 is the digital avatar. It's just data. Uh, version 2 is the little recon puppy. It's a little puppy. Version 3 is the quadruped you know and love. It's the original Nitro Wolf, back from the DeviantArt days of the Sparkle Dog days. That's version 3. Version 4 is what you see now, the Anthro Nitro Wolf, the two leggy. And version 5 is going to be very fun, and will be released later in the year. And it's going to be
Ooh.
tasty. It's going to be tasty. We're going
Ooh.
into the Star Force arc of Mega Man Battle Network.
Wow.
It's Star Force time.
Don't ever let people make fun of you for being a furry. You are special just the way God made you. I feel bad for all the people that make fun of you for being furries. I feel like they deserve more respect.
And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I've been made fun of for being a furry here and there, but it's like, More often than not, on a regular basis, it just doesn't come up. I am a lifetime furry, but I'm not a Therian. I'm pretty close to being a Therian, but I just don't, I don't go out in public and bark bark woof woof. I don't wag my tail out in public or anything. So more often than not, I'm like super socialized and highly integrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've had like maybe one person make fun of me for being a furry, but they were borderline joking and they actually wanted to know more about being a furry. So like I can probably safely say that I've never had
Yeah, yeah,
people make fun of me for being a
yeah,
furry.
we've come in the past 5 years. We've definitely, like, the furry fandom has become highly mainstream, and yeah, that's comes with its problems, and it also has its benefits. And one of the benefits is that it's becoming highly acceptable, so it's not
Not as
as
taboo as it
not
used to
as
be.
not as attacked in public, like amongst the normies. Like, yeah, there's the anti-furs. Those are still online, and it's a like I said, it's a side effect of these people thinking they have anonymity.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't think they would do the things that they would do if they had me in the same room.
Yeah, probably not, no. Also, thank you again. You just saved my life. Well, we're glad. And, try to treat yourself. Treat yourself to like your favorite food or something to make you feel
Yeah,
a little better.
definitely find little things that lift you up.
Mhm.
Positive self-talk, gratitude, little treats, like she just said. If you need to have ice cream, go ahead. Um, Remind yourself of goals that you haven't accomplished, fun things that you wish you could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says we have 4 viewers, so hello to the lurkers. We see you
Hi,
guys.
lurkers. Hi.
uh,
Welcome to Woof Radio. I'm your host, Nitro, and this is Frosty in second chair.
yeah.
You are listening to the end cap of episode 6, Stranger Communications.
Stranger danger. No, I'm just
Stranger Danger.
kidding.
Yeah, it was definitely about mostly stranger danger. And it's just, the growing harassment, the growing online harassment. And it's like, yeah, I see it, It's gotten all the way up to congressional hearings, Mark Zuckerberg has been questioned about it. And
Mhm.
there's definitely a lot of questions as to what the corporations are doing to help. And so far, they're really not.
Right. Um, Real quick, I'm gonna post the link to the Wolf Radio Discord down below.
Woo woo
Um,
woo woo woo.
in case I really want to like just make it a little bit more active, but I don't know how to.
It's
Um,
hard to. It's really hard to.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, I'm gonna have to put the effort in, because that's what it's about. It's about consistency and effort. And I'm gonna be honest here, and this is a completely different tangent, but this past month has been incredibly difficult for me. Like, I've been extremely depressed, and I'm honestly surprised we're even here doing episode 6, because, well, boy, like, that was a rough month. Um,
mhm.
it got to the point where I was streaming on Twitch, and somebody said, this is why Frosty is an affiliate and why you're not. And I literally almost deleted everything. I was that close. I was a millimeter away from just
Aw.
deleting everything. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just depression, and it just got to me a little bit. But we're getting out of it. It's happening.
Yeah.
Schedules are changing, but Wolf Radio is still set to be scheduled Fridays at 10 p.m. We
Mm-hmm.
have plenty of topics. We still have so many topics to go. Like, my list probably encompasses like up to like 15 episodes, and we're only on episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Letso. I see you.
Oh my god, it's Letso in the chat. It's a loyal follower. I see you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. As
ITGM. Oh,
oh, stop it! I was about to
sorry.
do my Raid Shadow Legends. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
I just add we're not affiliated with that. That was just a meme. It's just a meme, guys. It's an old ass meme, dead meme that I just revived. I'm sorry. Um, what I was gonna say in the future, I am probably gonna start doing giveaways and stuff, and I can say this freely because the bots aren't gonna fucking know that I'm saying giveaway. Like I can't say that on Twitter because as soon as I put giveaway in a fucking Twitter post, I'm gonna have like 50 different bots following me and signing up for a giveaway. Because last time I did, it was $100 giveaway. It was like 75, 25, and then like a game.
I
So
remember that. Wasn't that
so I
for
had
like your 100 followers?
yeah, I had three winners, and I ended up getting a lot of bots in like my DMs and like following, and I was like, I gotta do better about announcing giveaways because that did not work. Like I did end up giving away the all the prizes though. So all those prizes did go. But I did my best to weed out the bots. Like also giveaway accounts.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. It's like I'm probably going to announce it during the episode like live so that the bots can't get me. Anyways, you were going to say?
No, I was just reading chat because chat was popping off for a second. ITGM, you're more than welcome to click that link to go to our Discord. Like I said, if you ever need like after hours, anything really after the show or anything, uh, I want to make that Discord like a place just for everyone to kind of hang out and vent and do whatever. And then I'm here for you. You're not worthless or a burden. You deserve to live. Thanks. Let's so. Hey, I saw that. I wanted to tell you that you got to ignore that. Oh, they're talking about your what the person said on your stream. To ignore that. Uh, I've been worried about you as well as Frosty, and it's okay. Like, we appreciate your concerns. um, I think we're coming up out of that. Like I said, that rut. Um, at least for me, a little bit. So
No, I'm definitely coming out of it because I'm here. Otherwise, I would have said fuck this and not even started it.
yeah, but we appreciate you, Letso, and yeah,
And
that's pretty
that's
much.
I mean that's something I guess I should clarify is I am very very strong. Like it takes a lot to take me down. And part of it is because, I was a Marine for 10 years, so that kicks in too is like, I'm a fucking Marine, like I'm better than this shit, like I don't have to be doing this. So that does help like uh lift me up, but that's just from like I guess repetitive training, just constantly like, accomplish the mission.
Yeah, I don't have that to fall back on. I think I'm a worthless piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, if like when you see me down, like yeah, I do spiral. I spiral pretty deep, but I'm so far along in this journey of self-discovery that I'm at the point where, I'm not going to get anywhere near like actually doing anything crazy. Like
Yeah,
there's very few situations where, I would do anything like out of the ordinary. And I can say one of them is, if someone intends to harm Frosty or go after Frosty in any way, like I will do something. Like there's not a lot of things that get me to do much, but that's one of them. where I will react quickly and I will, you
Yeah,
will
if
get a
you make me
response.
cry, Nitro will come get you. Remember to keep a positive mindset. Yes,
Positive.
that is the goal.
I don't want to start saying positive because
Positivity.
that was somebody else's thing. They kept doing the whole positive thing because pause, because haha, pause,
Oh, I literally wasn't thinking about that.
positive. I mean, it's not copyright. We could
Pause.
we could acquire the positivity. But that is one thing I want to say about loneliness. It's like, yeah, I get the loneliness part because yeah, I feel it too. Like, yeah, I have a lot of friends, but most of them are online friends. So the problem with that is that, more often than not, they're like 2,000 miles away. So I can't even do anything with them other than like play video games or chat with them. Um, and it's hard to like make plans with these people because you can make plans like 6 months ahead, but so much can change. So much can change. And I can tell you just like as an example with Frosty is uh she wanted to meet me at like what was it? TFF. She wanted to meet me at TFF, which was like in
Oh
like
yeah.
March. March, but then by like the end of January, we're in like a full fledged relationship, and she was moving in with me, and like
Yeah,
that, like
that's
completely different from what it was supposed to happen. Is like we were just supposed to be friends up until we went to TFF,
yeah.
and then we ended up together like before that. Complete change of plans. Like sometimes it's like stuff like that will happen where things just don't go the way you thought they were going to happen.
Right. Or like, like how I thought we were gonna end up going to Megaplex and just that didn't end up happening because XYZ reason. But yeah.
But yeah, and that creates bad weather for like loneliness because like it's hard to get everybody lined up on these schedules.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to local stuff, when it comes to the furry community, you have like for every one extrovert, you have like 50 introverts. So I know most of you out there don't want to go to local fur meets because of the anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
because you're scared of actually going out there in person and actually like having the real life social interaction. But unfortunately, sometimes you just have to start chipping away at it, so you know the only way to fight loneliness is to socialize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like fun fact, I went to Denver last year by myself. Like, and I had never done that before. I'd always gone to cons and stuff like with a group, but that was the first time I was like, you know what? No. Like, I ended up buying sponsor tickets. I'm not gonna let them go to waste. So let me just go and attend some panels, eat some food. Uh, like my favorite pizza place is literally right next to the Sheridan that Denver's held at. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking treat myself to pizza. And then I ended up bumping into people that I knew at the airport who are furries, and it was like, oh shit, like hey, like this is our first time meeting, like in real life, and it's like super cool. Um, because there's like an airport group chat, and Denver in general is just incredibly furry. Like, wait, it's like the most furriest city I've ever freaking seen.
It's one of the
But
capitals. It's the capital of the fandom.
yeah, and so yeah, it's if you happen to be close to Denver, it's a very good place to socialize. But um, they are very clicky, I will tell you that. But it was fun, like like I said, just kind of getting myself like I would have like honestly I would have stayed home. Like if my anxiety was anywhere more than it was that weekend, I would have just stayed home. I was like, no. I was like I kind of just forced myself to go cuz I was like, damn it, I spent $150 on these freaking weekend tickets. Like, ah. And yeah, it ended up being fun. Like I met like 3, 4 people over there and got my T-shirt and like I said, food. So yeah, just kind of step out your comfort zone every
Yeah,
now and then.
and that's the thing. It's like for FWA. For FWA, I was basically alone, but I had a fucking blast. Like you would have thought I was like 24 from how much energy I was putting out, and that's important. I want to say that's important is your energy and how people perceive you. Um, because I was definitely bouncing all over the place. I was like friendly. I was like, just socializing left and right, and just whatever opportunity I got. Like, if I was sitting somewhere taking a break, like I would, try to start a conversation going, and if I like that person, I was like, hey, you want to go over to the Starbucks and get a toffee nut? And they're more often than not, they're like, sure, like, yeah, I'm gonna lose out on like $8, but maybe I make a friend. And for a while, I did make a few friends that way. It's just just socialize, but it gets dangerous because, like I said, there's people out there that are trying to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful. You just be attentive to those people that you're interacting with.
Yeah.
But you're just being positive and having energy typically attracts people. Uh, yeah, your looks have something to do with it, and you can do things. And I don't want to sound super shallow. Like I'm not the hottest guy. Like I rate myself as like like a 6, 7, like a 6 or 7. When I'm like a solid 7 when I'm really trying. When I have my outfit, I'm cleaned up, I look good. Like I'm like a 7. But in a lot of these situations, I think it's much more important how friendly you're being and your energy to try to, I guess, break the ice. Because you really what you're doing is you're trying to break the ice and try to get people to trust you just enough to where you can interact with them. So, the way you're dressed can also have an impact on that. Because like I'll be wearing my whatever it is, like furry attire out in public, and I'll have people come up to me and start trivia on whatever the hell I'm wearing, and I'm like, uh, I was not ready for this. Like,
That's me. I'm that person. If I see you wearing a cool ass shirt, I'm going to talk to you about it.
yeah, yeah, and I'll have people come up to me just for like what I'm wearing sometimes. So, yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah,
is almost midnight. One
it's
minute till
almost
midnight.
midnight. 1 minute to midnight. So we've been on for like an hour and a half at this point. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we need to shut it down. It's time to shut it down because
Yeah.
I did say it was going to be a short episode, and then we got into it, didn't we?
That's okay. It's more natural that way.
No, no, we're never gonna get into the short form content, are we? It's just gonna be just hour long podcasts, basically.
Mm, we can try. We'll probably have to
That's it.
cut out
That's the
like the
thing. Yeah,
open forum.
yeah, no, yeah, that's the thing. It's like for the short form, which is gonna be like the 10 minutes, it's just gonna be the monologue, basically. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever I like tighten it down and refine it and actually do scripts, because yeah, I don't script things. I just whatever comes out, just
Yeah.
and I think that I like doing them without a script because it does help me practice when it comes to like public speaking and stuff. Like
Mhm.
not that I want to be a public speaker, but it's just something that, I've been used to for the past 10 years. I'm comfortable with talking to people. Maybe at like the 20-30 scale. Like I've never talked in front of an audience of like hundreds of people. Like I've never done that.
You've never
Like
done your own TED Talk? Wow.
no, I haven't done a TED Talk yet, but I should. I should do a TED Talk. Like eventually I want to do like a panel or something. Wouldn't that be cool if we could do a panel?
Oh, hell yeah, that'd be cool.
Um um
Yeah. That
yeah,
I really don't have anything else, really.
I don't either. Yeah. So we're gonna try to stick to 10 p.m. Eastern every Friday. We'll have our topics. I'm gonna try to use the Discord more. Try to engage with the Discord and put the topics up there, and you know have discussions if you guys want. Like, I'm open to it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, eventually, we should open the Telegram group up again, because technically the collective was supposed to be like an extension of Woof Radio.
Mm.
Yeah, the collective was not just supposed to be my friends. That was supposed to be an open group.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
that's what it was, but
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Everybody and anybody was invited in there. It's just I don't know. It kind of like got stuck. Like the first 13 people joined and then nobody else ever joined again.
Mhm.
I guess I mean that's fine. I mean, this
We
stuff
could
is
make like a
hard. Like
separate.
this stuff is difficult because there's a lot of people that don't want to deal with these difficult subjects. Cuz these subjects, I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of people that have told me like, "Hey, you give me a headache. Like this is too stressful. Like you're too much." And I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah, I am." And we might not, you know, be interacting further because I don't want to, stress you the hell out because that's not my intention is to just burn you out, which I have done to some people. I have burned them out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to close this up and then we're going to go over to Twitch and we'll probably be finishing up It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Probably not during this session because it's pretty late. So
Mhm.
we're probably only gonna do a couple hours, and then we
Or
might
we can do
finish
it
it.
tomorrow.
Might finish it tomorrow night.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sleep immediately, so I'm gonna be playing something. I'm gonna be on Twitch or something. All right, guys. We should probably drop the Twitches in the descriptions. It's purely video gaming. I'm not like giving philosophical talks or anything. I'm not really getting into anything serious. It's just video game stuff.
I'm kind of interested in starting my own little therapy stream. I don't know. It's like calling me. I don't know why.
Oh, it's calling me. I gotta be a therapy.
Well,
I
just in
gotta
the
be.
event that like you do want to decide to cut out like the open forum part, like at least that way people like along with the Discord, like if I go live, like I can
You heard it,
answer in real
guys.
time.
We're breaking up.
No, no, it's just because like I feel like that's more like my personality.
She
Like when
she
we
made it to
talked about.
episode 6. Every episode after this is just gonna be me.
Hey, no, that's not true. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, you're not a sociopath. Yay.
What the hell?
You yawned when I yawned.
Okay.
Sociopaths don't yawn. No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, good night, guys. Thanks for joining. This was Woof Radio. I am your host, Nitro Wolf, and in second chair is Frosty the Arctic Wolf. You can find us on Twitter and Blue Sky. Myself at Nitro Wolf and Frosty at WolvesRock520. We do have a Discord, and the link will be posted in the description at some point, but it's also been in the chat, so you can find it there.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Be sure to tune in next week, Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. All right. Stay
Bye, guys.
tuned, guys. Ow. Stop it. Okay, we closed.
We
Get on
are
armored.
close.
Get on armored core.
Gross. No, I'm just kidding. Armored core, man. I don't